19. Advocate and collaborate. Subjective.
The subjective approach to a problem is based mostly on feelings or hopes.
Objective.
You feel that you're bad at dancing after seeing dancers on stage. This feeling is not objective, of course. Sometimes the best way to accomplish a difficult objective is just to take things one step at a time.
Objectively.
Human reactions are so complex that they can be difficult to interpret objectively.
Elaborate.
Evaluation of performances such as diving or figure skating is subjective, although elaborate scoring rules help make it more objective.
Advocate. Advocate.
Some study guides advocate filling out elaborate calendars, so you will know what you are supposed to be doing during every minute, hour, and day. In meetings, advocates for each side of the issue present arguments for their positions.
Correspond.
When we see a happy face or an angry one, it generates the corresponding emotion in us. He asked his wife to count to 60, with each count corresponding to what she felt was 1 second. She never met him in person, but corresponded with him regularly.
Correspondence.
She has been in correspondence with him for a long time.
Intimate.
People know email is not private, and yet many will use email at least sometimes for intimate correspondence.
Intimately.
It can provide the impression that you are writing intimately to only a few, even if millions are in fact reading.
Intimacy.
The actor had a powerful voice, overwhelming the camera, the microphone, and all the intimacy of film acting.
Palette.
As a designer, I usually work with a couple of color palettes.
Deliberate.
There is a term in painting called working with a limited palette, a deliberate choice to work with fewer colors than actually available. With fewer options, an artist can work more easily.
Deliberately.
We deliberately create intimacy, connection, and warmth with those around us.
Collaborate.
Healthy competition can't happen without cooperation. In fact, the hormones that drive us to compete are the same hormones that drive us to collaborate.
Collaboration.
Independent inventors are not interested in leadership and developing the interpersonal skills necessary to fuel collaboration is a hurdle for many of them.
Diagnosis.
Doctors in a positive mood make accurate diagnoses 19% faster.
Diagnose.
Monica was diagnosed with a rare disease. Unfortunately, she didn't have the money necessary to start her treatment.
Pursue.
I never dreamed of pursuing a career in medicine until I entered the hospital for a rare disease.
Pursuit.
Emotion plays an essential role in all our pursuits, including our pursuit of happiness.
Glance.
At first glance, there is nothing particularly unique about this firm. Once Roy thought he saw the boy glance over his shoulder as if he knew he was being pursued, but Roy couldn't be certain.
Intuition.
By giving yourself freedom to follow your intuition, you develop your sensitivity to your inner voice.
Intuitive.
Most of us can detect anger in the first word of a telephone call. Our everyday intuitive abilities are no less marvelous than the striking insights of a chess master.
Instinct.
Your sense of smell links you directly with your feelings, instincts, and memories.
Instinctive.
The power of a mother's instinctive love can achieve an incredible feat.
Instinctively.
As humans, we instinctively look for balance and harmony in our lives.
Expertise.
If she enters hospital and is examined by a doctor, she may trust his professional expertise.
Expert.
Consumers can collect additional information by talking to friends or consulting an expert. For example, expert committees in Europe and the United States set different guidelines about when to treat high blood pressure.
Feat.
A physician makes a complex diagnosis after a single glance at a patient. Expert intuition strikes us as magical, but it is not. Indeed, each of us performs feats of intuitive expertise many times each day.
Comply.
He built a 3.5 by 8-foot house. Now the tiny house sits on wheels so it can be moved every 72 hours to comply with city law.
Defy.
He kept on defying the authority of his father and teachers.
Defiance.
The physician is a high achiever and tries to inspire his son, but the result is always defiance.